As Reynolds goes up 12 spots into 7th, just ahead of Mostert. James Courtney now up 10 spots. What about Anton? He makes a nice exit. Bryce Forward comes up 11 spots to 10th. What does Anton do? Great job. Up 18 positions to P3 with a 12.42. Excellent lap.
That was bright and shiny for Anton. Jack LeBrock too. He gets up into position number 6 for the super cheap outfit. Here comes Nick Percat. He gets it into the top 10, up into 8th position for him. We're about to see the checkered flag in the first portion of Armour All qualifying. It's the bottom 4 cars that are vulnerable. So it's Heimgartner, Kostecki, Pither and Davison. Jack Smith just got himself up into 20th and perhaps out of harm's way. No, Davison now moves up into 18th and that drops Smith, Heimgartner, Kostecki and Pither into that bottom elimination group. Still people to complete their laps though.
Kelly through turn 12. There's a lot of exit space there on that little apron, concrete apron against the fence.
He's right on the edge here, sitting in 20th position. And he's got Andre Heimgartner, his teammate, right behind him trying to claw. And Andre does do it. He had pace early on, so he moves it up into 13th and that pushes Rick out. So Rick Kelly, Jack Smith, Jake Kostecki and Chris Pither are the cars seemingly that won't progress at this stage. Here's Jack, turn 2.
And how's the big slide there, lock the rears. How's the repeatability of the Rick Kelly laps? A 13.0157 plays a 13.0172. So 15 ten-thousandths of a second.
So McLaughlin heads it. It's the point that we made earlier, Mark, about these ridiculous fractions between McLaughlin and Waters. 0039. Get the calculator out and work out what that looks like in distance. Then it's Di Pasquale, followed by Van Gisbergen, Whincup, LeBrock, Hazelwood, Percat, Pye and Reynolds. Remembering that all this does is gives you a ticket to advance to the next portion of Armour All qualifying. The times get scrubbed, we start again. But the bottom 4 cars, they've had their grid positions set. We've dulled the names, so Rick Kelly, Jack Smith, Jake Kostecki and Chris Pither. That's their starting positions for our race coming up this afternoon.
30 seconds.
Bryce Forward makes his run down to the control line. He's sitting in 20th, he moves it to 7th. He's done a very nice job on a 12.5. Van Gisbergen does a 12.2. That's only 2 100ths away from peak speed. That's a very good lap by Shane. He's well in the game. Jack LeBrock up into 8th position now. Scott Pye moves into 13th. Those that are vulnerable at the present time are Coulthard, Holdsworth, Courtney, Winterbottom, Pye, Davis and Jones. Di Pasquale leaps into it. He's 5th. For Penrite Racing, well done Anton. McLaughlin, check out the number over Jamie Whincup. They shared the Armour All poles this time last week. What's going to happen in our top 10 shootout? Then we've got Van Gisbergen, Mostert, Di Pasquale, Waters, Hazelwood, followed by Percat, LeBrock and Reynolds. David looks stronger this weekend, doesn't he? And all the names that you can see here that have been dulled from positions 11 through to 24, their grid positions are now set for our 22nd race in the sequence coming up this afternoon. 52 victories, 70 Armour All poles. And this afternoon will be his 245th supercar race. So it gets the lap underway. The best we've seen so far today in this shootout is a 12.23. 12.2s have been the best number that we've seen. He's got the qualifying record here in 11.9, but he did that several years ago.
4 green tyres for McLaughlin. And makes the apex nicely. That little bump over the curb there won't hurt him at all. See what this first number is, 21.51. So that's the fastest first sector of the lot.
Haven't seen very many people clipping and hopping over that curve down there at 2. This next one's the really key part of this story, and it glides over there nicely. Through 5 and 6 it looked good. In fact, he had some space to the outside. Again, hops nicely over the curve through 7. 8, 9, 10, easy flat on a brand new tyre. And check that number for you. It's inside of 26. This could get down to the very low 12s. It might even be better than that. He's done a 25.89 in the mid-sector. It has just a tiny little wag at the tail on the exit of turn 12. Feeds second gear to the left-hander. Turns it in, a little bit of left front locking as it floats in the air down there. No wheel spin on the exit. They're looking at the data and he knows that this is going to be a good lap, and that is a 12 flat for McLaughlin for another pole.
Great work, mate.
That's a very, very good number. He gets home by 0.21 of a second, takes it to career pole number 71, 6 now at this venue and 10 in 2020. So best number we've seen so far this weekend. Scott's listening in the background. It's Neil. Congratulations, mate. That was a beautiful lap.
Yeah, thanks, boys. The cars, credit to the guys. The guys have just absolutely made a rocket ship this weekend, or at least made an improvement, and I'm really proud of them all. It's bloody awesome.
Hey, Scotty Musgrave, it looks much better in Sector 1. It struggled there last weekend. The car is so far better in that first phase of the lap.
Yeah, I think honestly I'm braking like 20 metres deeper there because I've got the confidence. So it's unfortunately we had a little bit of a blip in the radar, but credit to the team for always bouncing back and never giving up. So really proud of that.
Mate, the rest of the top 10 is covered by nothing. You've gapped everybody by 0.2 of a second. Superb lap, mate. Well done.
That's what we like to hear. So I'll just keep doing our business and see if we can get off the line this time.
Well done, Scott. Had a great run this afternoon. So honourable pole for Scott McLaughlin. Came in on a 12.22. He raised the bar when it counted in the top 10 shootout to a 12.01. It's not often that you go quicker in the shootout than you do in qualifying. That's the rollout for you. There's our grid for this afternoon for our first of 3 sprint races. How's this? McLaughlin and Van Gisbergen side by side. Waters and De Pasquale next, then Mostert and Hazelwood, Whincup and Percat, followed by LeBrock and Reynolds. And then these were the guys that didn't make it into the top 10. And there are some numbers that you see there against names that you might not always see. So expect to see a lively run this afternoon.